All right, everyone. Klaus Schwab has decided to call it quits. Yes, indeed, officially resigning from his WEF position after half a century of promoting globalism. He's one of the most evil men that has ever ungraced the earth. Klaus Schwab is evil. There are some people, usually you try to find like maybe some redeeming characteristic in a person. I like to do this as a sort of psychological thing. Like you'd think, well, Joseph Stalin, maybe he liked good food or something. Adolf Hitler, at least he could paint, stuff like that. About the only person, other than Schwab and a few others, that I can't find any redeeming quality for Pol Pot. Can't think of anything that he ever did that was positive. Oh yeah, killed 40% of your nation's population with pickaxes. And then you claimed that you were misled. All right, well, I can't think of any redeeming quality. Apparently, he liked to torture people himself and was fond of decorating with skulls. Klaus Schwab is an irredeemable figure. That is, that the things that he has promoted while wearing a vestment that looks like something from fucking Star Trek has damaged this world to an extreme extent. He has uplifted not one person. He has helped not one person. He has done nothing positive in apparently any way, shape, or form. He also, thankfully, sometimes evil people look evil too. So, in his case, that's definitely the case. Globalism has been a disaster. It's been a miserable failure since its inception. And you get things like NAFTA and the TPP and shit like that destroy entire nations' economies, that cause people to become impoverished, that cause people to starve, that cause wars. Globalism has been an abject failure. There's no redeeming quality to it. The World Economic Forum and the Davos sort of nonsense has been a disaster for this planet. Not just for the United States. Now, I speak from the US perspective because this is where I happen to live. But it's also been a disaster for other nations, and they attempted to extend it further. You will remember that the WEF, the Schwab types, eat the bugs, live in the pods. You will own nothing and you will like it. Some of these slogans have jarred people, including some people that are quite liberal, by the way. These individuals were responsible for attempting to create the TPP. And their chairwoman, Hillary Clinton, was promoting it, promoted it in her book. Then stealthily edited it to say, oh, well, I know I never said that. It's the gold standard of trade deals. Whoops, that line needs to go because I'm running for office. He has controlled politicians, or at least coerced and influenced them, and done all manner of evil things. Now, that's the good news that he's resigning. The bad news is that the next person who comes along will be doing exactly the same thing. The same stated mission statement from the original WEF sort of thing is going to remain intact. It's not going anywhere. So we can celebrate the fact that Klaus Schwab is going away. That's wonderful. I mean, I'm having a great day. Unfortunately, you're going to have somebody else who replaces him who's going to be just as bad. Possibly worse. You never know. It could be someone who's young and charismatic and actually carries the message of globalism more effectively than some old turd like Klaus Schwab. It could be somebody who's, yeah, it could be George Soros' son or something like that. You never know. In fact, I've heard utterings that that might actually literally be the case. That would be terrible. The WEF needs to die effectively. It needs to go the way of the dinosaur. It shouldn't even exist at all. Globalism should be eradicated in favor of nationalism, actually. And most people, here's the other piece of propaganda. When people think of nationalism, usually they think of Mussolini or the Nazis or something like that. Well, what if you have an incepted civic nat state that's libertarian? That simply wants free trade and free association and people to mind their own business. Still nationalistic. It's just a different kind of nationalism. Depends on the national core values and the civics involved with it. Globalism is post-nationalistic and post-industrial. It's basically, hey, those people over there will labor away and slave away to make cheap shit for you, and will, by the way, we'll take some money off the top, and then we'll sell it to you, at discount prices. Then we'll tax the shit out of you. That's basically what globalism means. When you look at the text of the TPP and what it would actually do, always look at a bill or an idea or an agreement, internationally or nationally, it doesn't matter. Always look at it from the context of what it will actually physically do. Don't look at the wording. Think about what it will actually do. With the TPP, which was pushed by the WEF, by the way, I may add, and Klaus Schwab, a big fan of it, and along with all of his political friends, what it would have done is allow a U.S. investor to go into a Vietnamese market and price everyone out and crush them and destroy every small business within an entire region. Likewise, a Vietnamese investor would be able to come to California and do the fucking same thing. The whole goal was to wipe out small businesses, to wipe out productivity, to force everyone into a corporate society in which they are all slaves. That's the whole goal of globalism. Globalism is the goal of enslaving the public so that the 1% can enjoy a life of plenty and the 99% are basically, they're basically trash. They're locked up for life. They're effectively in prison when you think about it. I mean, basically, hey, if you get sick, you're done. If you go to jail, you're done. If you grow old, you're done. If you are born into the lower class at all, basically you have to toe the line or you get fired and then things aren't going to go well for you. It's like watching Metropolis at some points. It's basically the same thing. You have the chosen, and then you have the lower echelons, and they're basically nothing more than servants. They're just slaves. Their only existence is to labor away and or to serve, and the 1%, they get to skate. That's basically the ideals of globalism. So fuck Klaus Schwab. Good riddance. That's about all. Peace out.